audio.
Radio voice.
And I'm gonna go to my phone right now. Turn the... No, include it. You have to include it, otherwise your audio is not included. Alright, I'm gonna go turn on my Twitch too on my phone, so we can talk to people.
Silence down.
Yeah, I know I said, but I think we're full. Leviathan, you're not fighting, okay, yeah. Alright, somebody died, so awesome. Did you see the, Twitch yet? Is that up?
Yeah, stream's up.
Okay. Alright, excellent. I just have to get on my phone here.
Hey, what's the combo for the Black Knight Greatsword?
R1, turn around, hold R2, turn back around, hit them with the front swing.
Yeah, but it's not guaranteed anymore.
So you turn around to hit them with the back swing on the R2, and then you turn forward facing them, so you hit them with the front swing.
Oh.
It's like 1200 damage plus, if you can land it.
Yeah, it used
but
to
that
be
the
guaranteed
back
combo.
swing on the R2 has a really short range.
Remember? Remember when people discovered it, and it used to be a true combo?
Oh yeah.
This time around. Alright, yeah. Yeah, well, I figured, I'm like, oh, you might be late. So we got everybody that confirmed they're gonna be today, so that's perfect. Okay, just include your audio, guys, whoever hasn't yet. And I'm gonna, hold on, I'm gonna pull up the chat and everything, and we'll start with the topics for today. Good job, Vam.
That was close.
Vam cheated. Saw him.
Hey, Leviathan, did you post the password? In the chat?
No, I was expecting them to stop by the stream and we could give them the password then.
Okay, I put it in the chat. Alright, everybody has their audio included?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright guys, let me see, we got 5, yeah, perfect. Okay, so it's gonna be a full party of people, sweet. I'm just gonna,
Oh, I should have taken the final swing.
nice job.
Very
man.
nice.
Alright.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by again this week, guys. This is another episode of Dark Sigil Podcast, and we have several topics for today. The first one is gonna be, well, it's gonna be like a two-part question, but the first one is going to be basically, if you were allowed to change a single weapon and a spell, so it's gonna be a weapon and a spell, in such a way that you would improve one weapon or one spell in a certain way, and then you would also nerf a certain weapon or spell that you think is way OP in a certain way as well. So, meaning you can select, you can select the same weapon if you want. You can select the same weapon if you want. However, you can just choose one spell or one weapon that you would specifically just upgrade with one addition. And you can choose another weapon or spell that you would specifically nerf. Now, when I say like specific weapon or whatnot, so I mean, for example, like if you want to take, let's say, a great hammer, for example. I'm going to use a great hammer here as an example. So let's say I take a great hammer and I say, okay, what I would like to improve to this specific great hammer is change its rolling attack from the spin to like a slam down, for example, you know, vertical slam down on an RB, not an RT, but an RB, so it's, you know, a little quicker. So that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Now you can include anything, meaning like you can include the change of a weapon art. You can include like giving it moveset,
Okay.
or trying to think.
I was not
change-
expecting that to knock you
change,
out.
change a.
I want a straight sword that does nothing but thrust damage.
Hold on. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna. Yeah, you can do something like that too. You can change the damage type. Exactly. Yeah, that's a good one. So, I kind of want to go first, just so that people are basically kind of aware. Sorry, I got messages. All right. Anyways, okay. So I'm gonna go first, guys. So let me go. Let me go with. Let me go with.
Poison, no.
Let me go
I mean, I
with.
could have healed, but whatever.
Guys, if you're fighting, please don't talk, so that people that are responding to questions can answer, and we're not talking over one another. So the first thing I want to do is mention really quick, like the weapon that I would want buffed and in what type, and then I'll go with the spell. The weapon that I would want now changed. I don't know if this is necessarily the weapon, but I would love for the fogs to do two things. Either on its thrust hit, have that count as a actual thrust damage, not so the poke as a thrust damage, not strike, or have them reduce the weight of the weapon, because the damage that it outputs does not equal the weight that it weighs. You know, it used to be the heaviest weapon, but with the addition of Lados Hammer with the last DLC, obviously now it's the second heaviest weapon. So that's my kind of like idea.
That
Basically.
stupid lag again.
That's my
Sorry.
idea, kind of. That's for the weapon. Now for nerf, I just would want. Trying to thinking of a weapon. I don't know if I have a specific weapon, so I'm gonna go maybe with. No, I don't want to go with the class because I kind of want to keep it with specific weapons. So I'll go the paired gray swords. I don't think they're that good, but the thing that pisses me off about them sometimes is the range, like the stupid tracking. You know, not tracking. I'm sorry, not tracking, but the range. Like people can hit you with that stupid LB from very far away, and I just wish that the hitbox wasn't as big on this as it is. For spell, I definitely think that Way of White Corona should be buffed. It's atrocious. They put it in a DLC, and they buffed it already at least once, I think, and it's still horrible. So Way of White Corona needs another buff, okay? And for a spell to get nerfed, probably I want to say the Soul Great Arrow. I think that's the one that a lot of casters use. Am I right, guys? Is it the Soul
Crystal
Great
Soul
Arrow?
Spear.
Crystal Soul Spear, yes, that's the one I'm thinking of, because it does crazy amount of damage. You can get two shot by it, and it pisses me off. It pisses me off that you can have a spell like that you can just spam very easily, and you can literally two-shot somebody. So those are my spells to be buffed and the weapons to be nerfed. So I'm kind of curious to see what you guys think. So I'm gonna go with Dragon. I'm gonna go with you first because you kind of started talking about the weapons. So go ahead and tell me your first the weapon and a spell that you would want buffed, and then weapon and spell that you would want nerfed. And in what way would you want buff and nerf to happen?
Okay. First weapon would be a great sword and
Great
guess
sword, like the
any
ultra
great
great
sword.
or just
No, a regular great sword, like a great sword.
Okay.
Any, preferably a new one, if it arises, or one that's never used. To have only thrust damage.
Okay,
That way you
so
swing the shit, and
so
they
hold
ring
on.
the shit out of everybody.
So you're saying that even if it has like horizontal hits, it should
Yep,
have.
it's considered thrust because of the spikes on it. It's gonna be spiky,
Like
I
Warren's
mean,
blade.
but you
kind of.
have a spiked maze, and I mean that doesn't do thrust damage.
Because it's a blunt, spiky blunt object that does bleed. But this
Okay, well
spike's
yeah,
like
so it's right. So
those pick. You know what I mean? Like pick. Cast picks all over it on the blade part. So instead of just serrating people, it stabs them. Yeah. And then for spells, I guess one to buff would be. Let's see. Guess they could buff power within, because 30% of your health and just a small boost to attack is not like sufficient. At least slow it down. At least the damage you're taking, so it will last longer without you dying so easy. That's one thing. And
You could slow it down by using Lingering Dragon Crest Ring. It still takes 30% of your health, but in order to make it last longer, it ticks slower.
I know, but it's just a waste of a ring slot.
Well, that's a matter of
That
opinion.
either that or increase the fucking stamina regen that it has. And make it better or something. Yeah, more regen, or make it 15% health loss. And then